Howdy, people. Um, this is just a short video to make sure people know how to use Jupyter Notebook. It's kind of a different way to use Python, but it's really kind of cool if anyone ever wants to do some kind of research and kind of keep the results. So I'm going to just do a really short thing here. Also, when you get to I think it's section 5 that has homework 4, um, you're going to want to, you might want to look at the videos there that, and there's some files that end with .ipynb. Um, Before Jupyter was called Jupyter, it was called IPython for interactive Python. Because that's really what it is. And um, So IPY, Interactive Python, NB is notebook. It keeps its programs and data, and well, not necessarily data, but it keeps the programs and a lot of information in a kind of a notebook form. So anyway, without ado here, I'm going to share my desktop screen or whatever. Um, Here we go. And we can get rid of couple things here that we don't need that. And here we are in our um, Python thing. Let's see, let's get us down to where. So here's like section. It says edited for 2025 SP up to this point. Some have ventured bravely beyond there. Um, and yeah, don't worry about that section 5. It's an old one, and you won't see it anyway. So here we are, and we have all this kind of stuff. You see there's some Python files, and some uh, there are some what do you say IPYNB files for all the topics that are in here. Well, not every topic, but many. Um, and so uh, section 4 homework is in the process of reformulating that. If you've done the full homework for that was up there before, then great. But uh, we'll let's see. I don't see. I took the homework 4 out of there. At any rate, I will uh, do a little demo of using the IPython notebook or Jupyter notebook, if you will. All righty. We're going to go down here and we're going to type, or maybe it's even here. Either way, you can do this. You can go oh, there it is, Anaconda Navigator right there. So we click that, and it takes a little while for it to come up, but I wanted to make sure everybody saw that. There we go. We see the green snake that eats itself or whatever. And as soon as that comes up, we will launch IPython notebook. And I don't use this sign in for AI coding help. My coding is artificial enough, as is my intelligence. Um, Jupyter Lab is kind of an extension on Jupyter Notebook, but I'm going to use Jupyter Notebook right now. My son-in-law uses Jupyter Lab out in his super high-tech job out there in Silicon Valley. He's a nanotechnology guy. Um, okay, So here we have a thing that's come up in our browser. It says homepage select, whatever. So I tend to do my Python stuff over here in this Python directory. So what comes up here is sort of a directory listing. And in that are some IPYNB files, and there's a couple of um, how would you say, directories here, or folders, if you will. Here's one for CSE 160, and it's got all sorts of interesting junk down there. Um, I don't know what easy. Let's take a look at Easy Python. Um, and here's a real simple Python program. Maybe I used this in one of my early intro to whatever lectures. This these things are cells, okay, where you see this shaded area, and this is a cell also. And if you look at the cell type, I'm going to right click and nope, I'm not. I'm going to go up here to cell. So I'm in this first cell. I go up here to cell, look at cell type, and I'm not going to change it. It already is a markdown cell. Okay. Markdown is a line, it's like, no, HTML, if you will, which is a markdown language. But if I go in here, I'm going to double click, and you can see I've got one £sign or octothorpe, a space, and then easy intro to Python. Now, that's not a line of code. In Python, a $sign will start a comment line. But this is a title. And, you could put something in here like two of these. So that's kind of a level 1 header, and two of them is a level 2 header. Um, okay. And now when you're done with any cell, whether it's a markdown cell or a code cell, you do shift enter, not just enter, but shift enter. And you can see this is in a little bit smaller font than that thing. And if I print, hello world, now I can type that. In fact, here may not be as convincing, but I'll cut it. I'll come in here, I'll paste it in, and then I'll do a shift enter, and it calculated it. It says hello world. And this next one has a bunch of Python statements, and you could have a complete Python program in one of these if you want. It's A equals 12, B equals 15, C equals 96, D equals A times B divided by 96. So heck, let's edit that. Let's make it A times B divided by C. And so we set that equal to D, and now we're going to print D. So anywhere in here, even if I was on this line, I can hit shift enter, and I'll get my answer. And if I change one of these, things, maybe I make this 14. Okay, and I do shift enter, and you can see that the number changed down there. Interestingly, it took this number. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of funny the way the digits worked out there, huh? Okay, so that's all well and good. And then if I'm done with that, I can go File, Save and Checkpoint, or Control S will do the same thing. And when I'm totally done, I can do close and halt. All right. But now, if I wanted to start new, then what I would do is I would come up here and you see this new. I go new Python 3 kernel. All right. And now I've got a brand new one to start with. And I don't have to start with a fancy title on it. I can just start typing Python. Let's do a for statement, where it loops. For I will be our running variable in range, range 10. Now, range 10 will give me the numbers 0 through 9. All right. Now I put the colon on there, and I come back and it indents for me just like it should, or I should. And we can put something in here like print uh, let's see, yeah, print square root of now print I squared. I squared. Okay. And you say anywhere in here, I can hit Shift Enter, and I will get the squares of the numbers from 0 to 9 inclusive. And I can go up here. There are just lots of things you can do if you play around with it. I can insert cell above. I did that wrong, huh? So now I'm down here. Delete that cell. I'm here. Oh, I guess my cursor must have been there. Sorry. Insert cell above. And now if we wanted to, we can go cell type, markdown. All right. And we can do this more easy Python. And up here where it says untitled, we can go up here. It says enter a new notebook name. We could call it Easy Python 2. We have an Easy Python 1. And we rename it. And I don't know what you want to do down here. Let's try, we'll just print there we go. Just a print statement. I'm just trying to show how to open a notebook. How to open a notebook. That was the first part. And how to make a new notebook. And now when we can hit Control S, which is checkpoint and save, that just means, they keep track of things. And close and halt. And go back here, and there may be some of our, no, there's an Easy Python 2 now, along with Easy Python 1. And let's see, we'll go up here, and here are some of the IPYNB files that you can download from the from Blackboard. And I should also say that this top directory, if you're in a Windows machine, it will be /users/your username. And it's probably similar with Mac or Linux. It's probably /home/your username, something like that. And then, so that's why I created a Python directory inside of that. And that's where my stuff is. All right. So just know that the directory starts with your kind of home user directory on Windows or Linux or Mac, and that's where you find the stuff. So when you download something, I'm going to log out of here, quit all this. I can close that now. When you download these backgrounders here, you want to put them in your home directory, maybe create a Python subdirectory there for it. And you probably want to keep that separate from your PyCharm projects subdirectory. That probably showed up in there because that's where they put their subdirectory, is under your PyCharm puts their subdirectory under your kind of home directory. All right. So that's it. I just wanted to make sure everybody was able to use Jupyter notebook. And back to Pythoning. Hope everyone has a great day, and we'll talk soon. Let me just find my, there we go.